goodness. Okay, first of all, good morning, and thank you guys so much for being here to celebrate all these incredible women and being a part of this event. The last time I spoke in front of a large group of people, I puked everywhere. So I'm just kidding, but I do get nervous, so please bear with me. It's funny because public speaking is actually one of my biggest fears. Which is interesting because I can perform in other ways, lots of other ways, so I don't understand that at all. I was actually on a job this past week in Park City doing a decorative overlay on 3,000 square feet of driveway with the boys, and we were actually talking about how some of our biggest growth opportunities are the really scary ones. And I'm troweling down concrete, and I was yeah, so just do it scared. Anyways, so here I am, doing it scared. And I'm in charge of the clicker here, so let's see if I can manage that and talk at the same time. So here's to growth. My name is Larissa Cottle. Thank you. My name is Larissa Cottle, and I'm so excited to be a part of today's program. I feel so blessed that Jenedy asked me to be a part of this and to speak, even though it's not my cup of tea. It's funny because when Jenedy asked me to be a part of the Strong Women Experience, I accepted without hesitation. And then she was like, so do you mind speaking? And I was like, are you sure, though? Just think about it for just a second. And she's like, no, you'll be fine, just be yourself and pretend like you're chatting with your Instagram audience, on your stories. And I was like, yeah, so when you do that, you see your own face. It's just a little different, and I'm actually kind of liking it. It's getting a little bit better. Huge difference, though, I will add. So a lot of what I do on social media is content creation. And my theme is very health, fitness, and metal music related. My goal is to always uplift and motivate and hopefully inspire people, no matter where they are in the world, in their health and fitness journey, and overall their well-being, while proving that health and fitness can be fun and can completely change your life. Amongst that, something I'm always saying is keep showing up. And you can take that however you want. Whether you want that physically, mentally, spiritually, and so on. And if I've helped just one person each day, anytime I post anything, I post proudly. And if I've helped one person, I am winning. I'm absolutely winning, and I'm proud of my work. I have reached people from all over the world that have chosen to message me and tell me their stories. And the variety and range of these messages goes from people telling me that because of my page, I've helped them change their mindset, their eating habits, conquering their fear and going to the gym alone, or not giving up on their fitness journey, to people thanking me for sharing my music taste, my favorite lyrics from my favorite gym songs, along with my passion for the gym and how it's helped them through their darkest hour, or kept them from taking their own life. Messages like that are just one reason I will continue to show up. So a little bit about me. Let's see, what slide do we need to be on? I am 32 years old. I was raised here in Utah. I married my high school sweetheart at 18 years old back in 2011, and we have two beautiful daughters, an 11-year-old and a 4-year-old. Well, she'll be 5 in October, actually. I've been an athlete my whole life, playing softball, dancing, gymnastics, competitive cheer, and even barrel racing in 4-H. But my favorite and most that I'm proud of is my bodybuilding and ninja career. I have competed on 6 seasons of American Ninja Warrior. Season 9 being my best yet, where I managed to place in the top 3 women of our region. And one of those seasons, I competed on Ninja versus Ninja, where me and my team took 8th place out of 38. I know that's not the best, but it was a huge deal to me. It was a huge deal. I've also been participating in competitive bodybuilding and have done a total of 9 shows. And 3 of those shows were national shows. And I still have yet to do well at one of those, just because it's an entirely different animal of competition, so I just keep showing up. Oh there's some more ninja pictures I guess I should have shown earlier. So I have been working for a supplement company called Bucked Up. I rep it everywhere I go. Since 2021. And I run and manage our free boot camp programs where I build workout programs, and it's free. Anybody from any part of the world can sign up and participate. And it is meant for all fitness journeys. And ultimately, I'm holding the hands of up to 40,000 people at a time, helping them build strong, structured, healthy lifestyles, consistency, strength, and building themselves up. If I can just stick to my lines here. I've now been working for Bucked Up for 5 years, and before scoring my dream job, I was doing decorative overlays. Maybe if this video will play. I was doing decorative overlays and resurfacing of concrete for 12 plus years, as I was born into the family business. In fact, I still do this work every so often, a few times a year when the help is needed, but we take concrete that has been damaged, flawed, destroyed by weather, salts, oils, chemicals, along with the effect of water over time. And we restore it to make it beautiful and like new again. A lot of what that job consists of is not just resurfacing, but the prep work, the pressure washing, grinding with diamond bit grinders, crack chasing with high-speed blades, mixing our own custom formula of concrete and putting it down, along with the finish work of sealing it, and everything in between. From custom decorative concrete work on driveways, patios, porches, pool decks, to acid stains, epoxy garage floors, and the reshaping of steps. This type of work has ultimately shaped a lot of my work ethic and who I am today, and over time I've been able to harness that work ethic and drive it into everything I put my mind to in all aspects of my life. And I am beyond grateful to have such a background as a woman. Some of my other passions and interests are being in nature, hiking, camping, fishing, hunting big game, and cold plunging in the dead of winter. So my husband joined the Marine Corps straight out of high school, and before he left for basic training, he proposed to me on graduation night. And I'll never forget going to grad night later that evening and seeing all of the whispering and the pointing and laughing and doubting us or thinking I was pregnant. He graduated boot camp 3 months later, and we got married 3 days after that. After that, we were off to California and on our own at 18 and 19 years old. Not long after that, we made our move to Camp Pendleton, and my husband came home from work one day and told me all about the briefing they were all given about the statistics on the success rate of marriage in the Marine Corps. The failing rate, they were told, was 80%. In short, we're going on 15 years of marriage and have shaped the building of our life together around the military. Him being gone an awful lot on deployments, training for multiple things in and outside of the military, such as the police force, special ops, combat medics, courses, and now we are officially part of the fire paramedic family. And we are so proud. So my topic today is a special one. It's one of my favorite positive affirmations, and I've been saying this for years. I tell myself this on the bad days, the doubtful days, the desperate days, and just simply the really hard days, and even the really good days, just because it's that good. But my positive affirmation is, I am an unstoppable force of nature. Like many of you, I've had my fair share of struggle, trials and tribulations, plenty of tests and obstacles to face and overcome. Some days, like obstacles, are easier to overcome, while others feel like the obstacle in front of me is going to consume me, like the nothing from the never-ending story. And on those days, I have to make a choice just like everyone else. And it's not always the easy one, but I am constantly reminded that decisions are the frequent fabric of our daily design, and life presents many choices. The choice we make determines our future. So I'll look at those obstacles or struggles standing before me, and I'll tell myself, I am an unstoppable force of nature, and proceed through my day and tackle one obstacle at a time. One of my favorite quotes is, instead of looking at the entire staircase, focus on the step that's in front of you. This helps me tackle one thing at a time. I've had days where I found myself without my husband, as he was on deployments for up to 12 months. And I'm holding the fort down, taking care of kids, getting them to and from where they need to be, meal prepping, holding down 2 jobs, maintaining our home at the best of my ability. And to add to my own plate, I've always decided to prep for bodybuilding shows while he's away, to stay busy, to help pass the time. What am I thinking? And then at the bonus is he comes home to me being shredded. On those really heavy, overwhelming days, I still had a commitment to hold to and would still manage to choose to show up for myself in my favorite way, even though it was really hard. And it was always lifting weights. Over the years, we've managed to accumulate essential gym equipment since 2020's fiasco of COVID-19. So we accumulated the essential gym equipment and we made a space for it in our garage so that we had a dedicated space to build. And even on those really hard, overwhelming days, I would still show up. Back in 2021, we were expecting a 3rd baby. And we were so thrilled. Shortly after finding out, we were devastated with a miscarriage. And I was left feeling lots of feelings, like many other women, unfortunately. This wasn't my first one. And I was no stranger to this type of pain and loss, but this one seemed to cling to me. And I was simply in search of something. There were days I was filled with rage, and others I was simply restless and anxious, depressed, or felt swallowed up by despair and frustration. I wanted to feel in control and master my mind in a way that would help improve my feeling calm and at peace, and only benefit me in strengthening me in some way. I was in search of something to fill a void within myself, and I didn't realize that the void that was needing to be filled was with my own breath. So I found a way to channel all of my feelings all at once, breathe them all in deep, and in one exhale, let it all go. Cold plunging became my saving grace and calmed my body, my mind, and my spirit in ways I never thought possible. I decided to go buy a 100-gallon stock tank from Tractor Supply, and I put it in my backyard. I filled that thing up, and I let that baby freeze over. And I would tell myself I'm an unstoppable force of nature and walk outside calmly with a towel in hand. My neighbors looking at me like I'm some sort of psycho, which is fine. And I would break the ice and calmly get in to where the water was up to the base of my skull and just sit. Just sit and watch the huge chunks floating around me become calm. If the water is calm, I am calm. Doing this taught me to focus on what's in my control versus what's out of my control. There were days I'd step outside and the wind was screaming, and it is snowing sideways, but I'm going to cold plunge. There were days where I would have to break the ice with a shovel because it was 6 inches too thick, and due to temperature drops, that's just what happens sometimes here in Utah. And I can't control the weather, I can't control what my neighbors are thinking of me, but I can control my breathing, how I get in, how I get out, what I'm telling myself before I get in and while I'm sitting. Cold plunge benefits range from person to person, and it has so much to offer. Even though I am an athlete, I could be using it for muscle recovery, reducing inflammation, all those things. But the main reason I do it is to build mental toughness, mastering my breath work, and along with it, embodying what the cold had to offer as my teacher, which brought me peace and an overwhelming sense of calm and a huge sense of accomplishment. Reducing inflammation and muscle soreness was just a bonus. My favorite quote to end on here. My favorite quote by Helen Keller: "The struggle of life is one of the greatest blessings. It makes us patient, sensitive, and godlike. It teaches us that although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of overcoming it." On my social media platforms, one of my favorite things to mention is how grateful I am for another day of suffering. Whether it's me doing a cold plunge, lifting weights in the gym, ripping and tearing my muscles, or just simply trying to get through a rough day. I don't just have a favorite affirmation, I also have a simple motto that I say daily, and it is keep showing up. I'm constantly saying this, whether it's during one of my boot camp Facebook lives, saying it to a family member, an addict in recovery, but keep showing up. Showing up for you is one of the greatest forms of self-love, self-care, and an ultimate sense of, self-care, and in the ultimate sense means that you can make choices that honor your emotional, physical, and mental, spiritual needs as they arise. So keep showing up. And don't forget that you too are an unstoppable force of nature.